Good morning. This is a Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 45 degrees outside, a dark sky out there this morning, but we did pick up just over a half inch of rainfall last night here at the KCNI KBBN studios. A little rougher weather down in Dawson County overnight. Hopefully no damage there. Let's go to the Sherman Reservoir this morning over near Loop City and visit with Mark at Trade Winds Marina and find out what the weather is doing there and what it did last night, shall we?
Let's do that.
Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Good. And yourself?
Good. Give us a weather report. You guys get rain last night?
Yeah, just a little over half inch.
Oh, good.
Thunder, lightning.
Good, good. Well, that never hurts, kind of wet things down a little bit. What's the lake doing right now, Mark, as far as level goes? Is it coming up?
Yep. They got the water wide open coming in, and it's coming up, and it's in pretty good shape actually. So
good.
Other than the water temperature is still pretty cold, but hopefully days like yesterday and so on will help that water temperature come up pretty quick. So
you bet. We saw it like 78 and 84 over the weekend, even though we are back down, a little more seasonal here today. But yeah, we're gaining on it. Are some folks fishing the inlet yet?
Yep, there's a few people down there. I haven't heard a whole lot going on down there yet, but any day now, the fish start migrating up there. So
all right, and then at the dam, I know the walleye were in the spawn there. What's the status there?
The walleye bite, it's been non-existent, honestly.
Really?
I think they're kind of in that lull where right after spawn, they just kind of lay around and wonder what to do next.
Yeah. Well, they've done their job. They're tired, right?
Yep. But crappie fishing's starting to turn on pretty good. They're finally starting to move up out of deep. At the next couple weeks, crappie fishing should really just be on fire. So.
Oh, good. That is fun for everyone. The avid angler, all the way down to that 6-year-old or 5-year-old holding on to that Snoopy pole. It works for everybody. That's the nice thing about crappie.
Yep.
And I'm sure
you don't have to be real good. That's why I like catching them.
That's the kind of fishing we like, Mark, too. But you do need bait or the rigs and the equipment to go. And I know that you're up for making sure people walk out your door with something that's going to work for them.
Absolutely. We're a little bit behind on getting rod and reel combos in this year, but as far as tackle and that, we're sitting pretty good. Fortunately, we're a little bit better in a lot of places. We're still having trouble getting supplies in because of all the crap that went on last year. Right.
Now, do you have poles, Mark, that's geared for taller people and shorter people? Because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm about 6'3", and Brent is, well, he's pretty short. Do you have a pole that would work for him?
Yeah, I got a princess pole.
Oh, brother.
And get him set up with.
You just had to play along, didn't you, Mark? That's good.
Oh, princess pole.
A princess pole. Wow.
Is that pink?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Oh, good.
It is.
Little pink princess pole for my co-host Brant. Well, it's good that you can cover all the needs.
Hey, you know what? As long as that catches fish, I don't care what kind of a pole it is.
I gave one to my son last year for his birthday for a joke, and he went out with my brother-in-law. 27-inch walleye just stinking around.
Oh, wow. Then I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says, he come in, he says, you know that pole you gave me, they were pretty damn good poles. I'm like, really? And he shows me a picture, and I'm like, gee, I can't believe that thing held together.
No kidding.
That's what I was going to say. That had to be quite the experience pulling in a fish of that size with that pole. That would be kind of fun.
They're not the easiest.
It took you a while.
Yeah, I bet, because the drag is a little touchy on those little poles, if it works at all. So that's great. Well, that just shows you that you can cover everybody who wants to go fishing. And, you know, part of it, I think, is being able to go into Trade Winds Marina and walk in and kind of get a little advice, or, you know, what's working where, and what are they fishing for, and what do I need when I go out. And they can grab some of those things right there and get a little advice, pick up some minnows or whatever, night crawlers, and go. And know they can get it when they go fishing. That is not always the case, Mark. I think you realize that when you get ready to go fishing and you stop by a gas station or something and say, I'm going to pick up some worms on my way. And they don't always have them. You know, they don't always have all of the things that you need. So it's nice that you're sitting right there on the dam at Sherman, ready to go for everybody.
You bet. I mean, and you can pull your boat up and get some fuel from us too. We got our gas pumps all filled up this year.
Okay.
We're ready to go for everybody. So.
All right, and the lodging situation. We're all hankering to get out and do some camping. Maybe pull that camper in, or get a room. What's your status there right now?
All of our RV sites are open. All of our cabins are open. Like you said, there's been a lot of people wanting to get out and about. So I would, if you got a weekend in mind, I would call the marina at 308-745-1187 and make sure we got an opening for that weekend and go ahead and get it reserved.
Okay. All right. It all sounds good. We do want to talk a little bit about upcoming events if you have time. I know you've got a lot of things coming up for all kinds of anglers and all kinds of people out there. What's the first one coming up that's a tournament type situation?
Well, actually, the first one coming up is not really a tournament. It's a vendor show. And
That's
that
right.
is this weekend.
That's this weekend. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's this weekend, and then we got Apex Marines coming down. We got a couple dock manufacturers and dock installers going to be here. Service in the Heartlands is going to have a booth set up and kind of explain what they're all about. And so that's kind of what's going on this weekend. And then next weekend we have the state championship crappie tournament.
Okay.
And then the weekend after we have the Nebraska Crappie Trail tournament coming, and that's part of the Crappie Masters series.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be here that weekend. The following weekend,
well,
I don't know. We got something going every weekend.
Yeah.
I think it's a catfish tournament the following weekend.
Okay. Well, just count on something going on every weekend. Now, the show that you have going on, is that going to be located right near the marina?
Yep. Right before you turn down to come down to the marina, there's a bunch of mailboxes lined up, and we're going to have everything set up right there.
Okay. All right. And that takes place starting what time?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday.
And Sunday. Okay. All right, Mark. Thanks so much. Anything else that you wanted to highlight that we didn't ask you about?
No. I'm just looking forward to another good weekend. We've been fortunate so far this year. It looks like, the weather's been good on the weekends and bad during the week. So
yeah, usually the other way around.
That works for us.
You bet it does. Well, thanks for taking time. Wishing you the best this week, and get those fish biting. And thanks for spending time with us on the Breakfast Show this morning, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, guys. You guys be safe.
Yeah, you too. All right, Trade Winds Marina, Loop City, Nebraska, Sherman Reservoir. That's all Brent's old stomping grounds. And I don't know, maybe that little princess pole might not be a bad idea, Brent. I was just kind of...
Well, if it catches a fish like that, yeah, absolutely.
Big old walleye. Boy, that'd be fun.
That had to be fun,
Oh, God,
reeling
yeah.
that thing in with that little pole.
No kidding, no kidding. Check in with Mark at Tradewinds when you go over. Call ahead. Any questions that you have. Sounds like the walleye bite will be coming around the corner here pretty soon, but crappie certainly starting up. And it'll all get going here pretty soon, and they'll have the catfish tournament later on. The big cats in Sherman are... A lot of people go over and spend a lot of time chasing them around the lake as well. So also don't forget about recreation. If later on when it warms up you just want to go skiing or boating, they're up for that as well. You don't have to fish if you just like being on the water for other reasons. They can make sure you have the gas and everything you need to get out and have fun. Brent had you got a haircut.
I did get a haircut. That okay?
Well, I just got to tell you, from the backside,
Yeah.
there's where you've gotten some sun, probably when you're out there in the country doing whatever you do out there, you've got a red neck.
Okay, and that's a problem because?
Well, now you have a white ring below the line of your...
that's fine. It ain't going to get dark unless it gets exposed to the sun. So it's summertime, man. The hair gets shorter during the summertime.
You don't mind being you don't mind being a redneck?
Absolutely not. Proud of it.
With the haircut, with like the glimmering
I don't care.
goop in your hair?
I don't care. I mean, I'm going to have to be a little careful to not get too sunburned back there. But
It might hurt a little bit.
yeah, but that's all right.
It looks pretty good, Brent.
Well, thank you, Dave.
Did you hear about the 22-year-old baseball player yesterday? Was it for Toronto? Hit 3 home runs in the same game.
I was Guerrero Jr., right? Vladimir Guerrero's son.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah, of course, his dad was a phenomenal baseball player. That's something he never did.
No.
But yeah, Junior, I guess, did it last night. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, and we were watching another. Well, my wife was watching the Red Sox, and they kind of jumped in and showed highlights. They weren't, some of those weren't just making it barely over the fence. I mean,
they were hit
crushing
pretty good, weren't they? Yeah.
And that brings up, we don't have time to talk about it now, but maybe another time. We were talking about it yesterday about the gurus in baseball worrying that the pitching is getting too good and the game is not as exciting because there's not enough home runs being hit. Then you get some guy that's 22-year-old that can knock 3 out in one game. I think they might want to reassess that a little bit. Now, there's some really good pitching right now out there, too. I'll be the first to admit they're tough. But that makes the game, I'd rather personally see a 2-1 game than a 10-2 game.
Well,
it depends on who your team is, I suppose, and whether you like home runs and hits or pitching.
Don't you think someone throwing a no-hitter is awfully exciting?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Duh.
That's always been my comeback.
Yeah, that's a good
when
one.
they say there's not enough offense.
All right, we're going to skip the menus today, but we are going to play the game because it's Big Pig Day today.
Yeah, a chance to win a pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesday at Runza. And here's your question for today. Edgar Allan Poe's story Murder in the Rue Morgue was published in a magazine on April 20th, 1841, and it is considered the first detective story. Now, there have been some great fictional detectives over the years, so that's what our questions are going to focus on. We're going to give you the name of the fictional detective, and then your job is to tell us what author created the character. Okay? Mm-hmm. So today we're going to go with Sam Spade again. And we want to know who's the author of that character. Is it John Grisham, John Sanford, Dean Koontz, or Dashiell Hammett? What author created Sam Spade? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
If you're looking for a job you'll love with competitive pay, benefits, and a flexible schedule, visit runza.com/jobs to apply. Why choose Runza? From the way we make our food to the way we make you feel. We have a reputation for rewarding our employees and making work fun. If that sounds like your thing, apply today at runza.com/jobs. Runza makes it all better
Management positions are available. Stop into your local Broken Bow Runza for an application today.
All right. An old friend on the line.
Good.
Mr. Wright is on the line. Gary, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good.
I'm doing well, other than the fact that the Yankees are in last place. I'm not doing so good about that, but I'm doing good other than that. A little rain never hurts anything.
You beat me to it, Mr. Wright. My first question was going to be, how about them Yankees?
Yeah, well, I'm wearing my hat backwards.
Yeah, time to put the rally cap on already, isn't it?
Yeah, and then the NY is upside down now, too.
Yeah. Well, that's all right. I'm a Cub fan, and I haven't had much to cheer about so far this season
check.
either.
How are they?
So.
They're better than the Yankees, but...
Well, yeah, I don't know if they're better than the Yankees, but their record is better at the moment.
Well, that's
barely.
Yeah. Well, the way we're going, why we try to give the other teams plenty of chances to beat us. So
yeah. All right, Mr. Wright, here's your question for today. What author created the detective character Sam Spade? Was it John Grisham, John Sanford, Dean Koontz, or Dashiell Hammett?
I think it was Dashiell Hammett.
It was. Very well done. And because you've answered correctly, we have for you a certificate that'll get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza. So just come on out and see us when you can.
Okay, I'll do that. And good luck to the Cubs, and you cheer for the Yankees, too.
All right. Thanks, Gary.
Okay, thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. You bet.
Bye.
Gary Wright. Of course, we were talking off the air. That's why I was a little late getting on. He was thanking us for featuring their Elks student selections, their honors for students that we've been putting on. And, hey, those kinds of stories, Mr. Wright, we enjoy putting up. So we appreciate you sharing that information with us so we can highlight that on Sandals Express and on the radio. And a lot of the schools around the area, the students were honored by the Elks, and it was fun having our news team cover that. So appreciate that. Anytime there's good news out there about our communities, we'd love to have it on the air and on Sandals Express. And sometimes we don't get it. It's kind of weird because there's all this communication and all this technology and all this different way to communicate. And back in the day when you had a black telephone and a notepad and you gathered news, in some ways it was easier. I'm saying in some ways it was easier. But there's so much out there right now that when people sometimes post something on some particular site, whether it be Facebook or Snap or whatever, they think everybody sees it. And all you have to do is look at the numbers and realize you're reaching just a certain segment of the population out there. And you may not be reaching the news teams at your local media just by posting it. So sometimes still a phone call or a contact is still very much worthwhile because we just may miss it and we don't want to. So I guess, Mr. Wright, you got me on a tangent there for a moment, but not really a tangent, just a request. Sometimes we don't get the calls from people until they say, hey, why didn't you cover this? And the obvious answer is we didn't know about it. And I know that's hard to understand these days because there's so much information out there, but it almost makes it a little more difficult in some ways.
Yep.
So thank you, Mr. Wright, for calling in. Appreciate it. 10 minutes before the hour. We do want to thank Vero Wireless this morning for being a part of the breakfast show as usual. Their logo is on the screen if you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, which you can do. We appreciate Vero's help. They are getting a new location at Gibbons Gadgets in Ansley on Main Street, a new store there, and that's coming up probably in June. So congratulations there. In the meantime, there's a national number, or go to their website and check out their plans they have for you. They have a different kind of data that they use with Vero Wireless, and it can be very useful. The national number is 877-484-2376, 877-484-2376. And let's just talk about Gibbons Electric for a moment, because they are having a big day on Friday at their new location at 612 Main Street in Ansley. They're going to have an open house. They're going to be having food for people who stop by all day, and they'll be giving away local gift certificates and other items for you to enjoy. So Gibbons Electric LLC, open and ready for business, downtown Ansley, and they don't monkey around. And Andy has grown this business from just working on weekends from another full-time position, and it's grown into a very, very active business in Custer County. You may have some more information there.
Well, yeah, just because it has grown, we want you to know that Andy is looking for a hardworking individual to hire. He's willing to train the right person. Job would be Monday through Friday. Candidate must have a driver's license with a good driving record. Complete listing is on sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page.
And Mr. Evans is in the lobby. He is communicating with his customers out there. Now he's able to come into the studio here. Mike is going to take a chair. We do want to ask him about our herd. Mike Evans, Evans Feed. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How's the cattle look? They're Vitalix cattle. You brought the two full-grown animals in, but you can see we've now had a calf.
I see that.
But we have a little controversy here. I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but
just look at that note right there.
Yeah,
yeah, just read that.
What they're saying is this calf is not really an offspring of this bull that's here. We got a bull and a cow, and we just naturally thought, we came in one morning, and there the baby calf was, born overnight. And then we got this note that they don't believe that this is the father of that calf. Then we talked with Drew Gaffney yesterday, and he says sometimes he has, like so many people that ranch out there and farm and have cattle in their pastures, sometimes a bull will pay a visit and come across the fence line, and he thought Doc Kane down the road probably let a bull get in here, unknown to us, and that's why this calf is not really the offspring of this bull.
Well, it sure would be the right color for that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not very far away.
No, it's just down the road.
Just down the road, so that's a distinct possibility. That calf looks pretty good, pretty healthy, though, doesn't it?
Well, we've been feeding it Evans Feed Supplies.
Yeah, it's getting pretty healthy, or hefty looking, you could say.
Yeah. Little bull calf.
Little bull calf,
yeah.
Which is strange because both the parents are...
Well, they're just generic.
We don't know what to call them these days without getting in trouble.
No, we don't want to go there.
No.
By the way, if you're just tuning in, these are toy cattle.
Yes, they're toy cattle.
We probably better emphasize that. People are going, what in the world?
If you're listening in New York, just little toy cattle.
We have some toy cows.
Yeah, and I find it fascinating that Drew thought that Dr. Kane had toy cattle.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. So pretty soon here there'll be a whole bunch of them out here on the curve. It's always kind of neat to see them out there.
Yeah, there will be. Yeah. So you have any thoughts on that? I guess that happens. You just have to deal with it, right?
Yeah. Every now and then the fence just doesn't hold the bull out. There's a lot of what do you want to say? Desire to get to the other side of the fence.
we're on the edge, but we're pretty close to being okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you would have seen what was going on here with these cattle one morning when we got here, it was kind of a little crazy. Anyway,
I saw it on the radio.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, okay.
We didn't realize what was going on right away. We're not cattlemen.
Okay. That's understandable. You can't do everything.
No. Why do I feel like I'm going to go off to my island? I think I might be better off there.
You can take your little princess pole and go off to your island and catch some fish.
Thanks, Mike.
Take your little redneck and your princess pole.
Yep.
Go catch
I look
a walleye.
forward to seeing you over there in the Loop City paper holding up that big fish on that little princess pole.
You know it.
Prodigal son comes home with big fish.
News at 11.
Yeah.
Okay. we better get serious and don't worry about time.
No, we're good.
We'll either take a break or just run a little late. That's the way we do it here.
That's the beauty of home ownership, right?
That's
Amen.
Right. Locally owned, homegrown. You just don't worry about the clock so much.
Yep.
If
they want to hear the 8 o'clock news, they probably already heard the 7 o'clock news. It's
a good point.
Same thing, right?
That's good reasoning. That's good reasoning, yeah. So we'll get it on. Don't worry about it. What's going on with the feeds right now?
You know what? Just a lot of these baby calves out there, a lot of milk replacers, and if they have twins or if they lose a cow or something, we have milk replacer that they use as a substitute. It's probably not quite as good as mama's milk, but we do carry a very good one that we think's it mixes well and works good on baby calves, and also the ones that have calved early are probably ready to start eating some dry feed. So we make our own calf starter down there called Miller's Special, and it's just got all the good stuff stirred up in a big batch and put molasses and a little liquid fat on it and bag it in 50-pound bags, and calves love it.
You bet. And you have all those options, and then of course, if everything works out all right and you don't have to doctor the calf at all, it won't be long then they're going to be wanting that regular feed along with mama's milk, right?
You bet. You start feeding them a little dry feed and then get them started on Miller's Special, then you switch them over to a pellet, which saves quite a bit of money, and then just get them growing. And some people will pull the creep feeders out in the pastures with the cows, and then the calves can get to the pellets all the time. And I wanted to mention we have only eight creep feeders left. They're on, you got to call in and get them reserved. We have quite a few of them, but there's only 8 left that aren't spoken for. So if you need a creep feeder, please give us a call.
That's a good note to put out because, they're busy right now. These guys that farm and ranch, and a lot of them do, they got planting on their mind and wanting to get into the fields, but they might want to give you a call before they do that if they're in need of that feeder.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea, and most of them got their cell phones with them when they're planting or disking or whatever. But yeah, they're going to get real busy out there. They're rolling.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so 8 of those left. We've talked about it the last 2 shows, I think, because we're seeing them already, and that's flies. And they're pretty sticky already, which is kind of weird. We get out on the patio on our house, and they're all over the back of the chairs, and I don't know if that's a sign of anything other than it's going to be a long summer with flies.
Could be a sign of too many cats, but
well, yeah, cat food will draw flies.
No, it seems like they get tougher every year. I don't know, and they come out earlier. I don't understand how they get started so quick, but a lot of guys have been saying that they're covered in flies already on the warm days, of course. But anyway, we have we sell a lot of mineral with garlic in it now for fly control. If you want to go the natural route, or I have 2 different kinds of additives. One's called Justify.
That's good.
And it's the same product same drug as Clarifly. It's just 2 different brands. And we also have the old Alticid IGR. So we carry about I'd say off the top of my head 10 or 12 different kinds of fly control minerals, yearlings and cows and the whole ball of wax.
Okay. All right. I know that you got the cattle people covered because that's the big part of this country, corn, soybean, and cattle. But there's a lot of other things going on as well, and you got all the animals covered.
You bet. We got livestock feed for everything. We do make a fair amount of pig feed still, which is kind of surprising to people in this country. But there's a lot of pig feed. We make it about every day. And some of it we bag, and some of it we tote, and we're doing 4-H calf mixes now as well, and we got 25 different kinds of horse feeds, and it's just you about got to have everything. There's a lot of different tastes out there in the horse world, and they want this certain kind or this certain kind, and we get it in for them, and we stock a lot of different kinds as well, and we do our best to keep it fresh. We keep it in air conditioning, and keeping horse feed fresh is a tough gig.
I imagine we'll spend that many of them too.
Yeah, and it's when you got that many different brands, and then it comes in these plastic bags nowadays, and you've really got to manage your your stock and your inventory to keep it fresh.
Something I'm not sure that feed stores thought too much about years ago was keeping the temperature in control. I don't think that was something that was thought about.
It wasn't, and I think part of it was because the old style sacks let the feed and the grains breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
These new style ones that doesn't happen.
Well, they don't. I know that they might want to protect them from getting wet and get water in them, but that's the downside, I guess.
And you have to buy in large quantities these days to make. In the old days, you could buzz down with a truck here and there, and freight was no big deal.
Right.
And we used to run to Lincoln for 8 ton, and there's no way that would work now. You got to get 22 or 24 ton if you're going to have a truck from Lincoln. So you just have a lot more inventory, and you got to manage it.
A lot different. Yeah. But it's all for the customer, and you're doing a great job with that. And then you mentioned the 4-H. That's in full swing. A lot of us don't think about that. We just start thinking about it when we start talking about the fair.
Yeah, they're feeding them right now.
Yeah, it's going on as we speak. Yep. So, all right. And here's a question for you. We got into this over the weekend. Why do we say sweat like a pig? Oh, sweating like a pig. Do pigs actually sweat?
No, they don't. But they do. The boar will let off some secretions that give them a bad body odor. So they have some secretion glands.
Oh, but
I'm not really sure where they're at. Maybe under their arms or something, or their legs. I mean, their front legs.
Their front legs. Yeah, that we just got to talking about that and did a little research on that. I'm not even sure that it doesn't something having to do with metal. There used to be something they called pig metal, and maybe it related to that. They poured it and then it hardened with heat.
I see.
But I think it's bad that the pig gets a bad rap for being sweaty.
Yeah, horses sweat. But
they sure do. Yeah, when you used to ride one, you'd find out how much they sweat in the summertime. Yeah. Well, just a question.
That's a question for all the ages.
Yeah, forever and ever. All right. Anything else you wanted to highlight?
I just want to mention, as the guys driving around their tractors, planting their corn and their beans, don't forget about your cane seed coming up, because that's been going quick and it's getting booked up. And we have a certain amount every year. It's trucked in from Texas, and when it's gone, it's gone. And we have good prices on good quality seeds. And we got the hay and grays, and we have the male sterile forage sorghums and regular canes. And we probably got about 2,000 bags left. So give us a call at 800-830-2119 and get her covered, and we'll hold it for you. And when you need it, we have it.
Okay. Talk to the folks out there who want to stop by and pick up a bag of cat food or dog food. In your case, it's dog food, right?
Both.
I
was in just the other day, got a bag of dog food.
Good man.
Good man.
Yep.
Did you buy any pellets for your grill while you were there?
No, I don't have that type of grill.
Oh, okay.
So no, I didn't.
Yeah.
But you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently we have a really good price on those pellets because they've been going fast. So, yeah.
And they work fine. I have them in my Traeger that we got from you, and they work great. Yeah.
I think we're $11.95 for 20 pounds, I believe.
Yeah, that's a really good
price.
price. Yeah.
Should be good shape there. And just before we get out of time here, I want to just mention it is 8:04 already. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
But the Friday at the barn, they're doing the open house for the groundbreaking for the Sand Hills Journey Scenic Byway is going to become national, and which is a big deal. And we're also going to do a groundbreaking for a sod house. So there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, and I know that you've been involved in discussions and meetings and research and getting close to it, and then it kind of falls away, and now it's actually going to happen with this sod house.
Well, yeah, we're doing a groundbreaking, so now the pressure's on. So if there's anybody out there that knows how to build a sod house, please get a hold of us anytime. Seriously, if anybody has some input, and I think there's some people out there that do, and we're certainly in touch with the people at the Historical Society and around the state and stuff, but a lot of it comes down to me and Rick, and we need some help. So anybody wants to be involved, please get a hold of Rick Moss or myself.
Yeah, that would be actually a fun project to not only to be a part of, but to learn from, as you build it.
And the Red Barn is basically a subheading, you could say, of the Custer Economic Development Corporation. So, hats off to them for allowing us to do this, and I think it'll be a good tourist deal, in the end. That's the goal, is to drive tourism.
Yeah, and to have that designation national, it's going to just bring more people down the highway.
You bet.
So it's all good.
It is.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Evans. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
All right. Stay healthy, stay wise, and stay away.
I'll get wise.
Yeah. And thanks for your wisdom on our cattle project here. Appreciate that.
You bet.
News is next here on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Biden delivers his first speech to a joint session of Congress tonight. He'll outline plans for education and tax increases. Spokeswoman Jen Psaki on the opposition.
There was a proposal, a counter-proposal, just last week presented from some Republicans, and we're looking forward to having a discussion about where we can find agreement moving forward. And I expect the president will invite members down to the White House next week.
New study from the UK shows just one double-dose Pfizer or Moderna COVID shot reduces household transmission by up to half. Researcher Dr. Peter Openshaw.
I think it's very, very reassuring, and it's certainly better than many of us expected just a few months ago.
A juror at Derek Chauvin's murder trial reveals one member of the panel was an initial holdout on a guilty verdict. Brandon Mitchell tells CBS.
They just hung up on a few words, and we kind of went through the definitions that were given to us and kind of broke it down from different perspectives to get everybody on the same page.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. Nebraska took a big step toward phasing out taxes on Social Security income on Monday, but lawmakers said they might limit the benefit for higher earners. Lawmakers gave initial approval 47-0 to a bill that would eliminate the tax over 10 years. 2 additional votes are required before the proposal heads to Governor Pete Ricketts. According to Senator Brett Lindstrom of Omaha, Nebraska has roughly 320,000 residents that rely on some form of Social Security, either as a retirement, disability, or survivor benefit. Nationally, the benefit goes to more than 64 million Americans. Nebraska is one of 13 states that tax the benefit, although some low-income residents don't earn enough to be taxed by the state. Still, Lindstrom argued that imposing the tax credits an incentive for higher-income earners to leave the state, depriving Nebraska of people who might volunteer or choose to continue working and paying taxes. Several neighboring states, including Iowa, have already exempted the benefit from taxation. Lindstrom initially proposed a 5-year phase-out, but members of the Tax-Focused Revenue Committee stretched the time frame to 10 years to soften the impact of lost tax revenue on the state. It's not clear how much the new revised proposal will cost the state, but the original measure would have cut revenue by $138.5 million by the middle of 2027. The bill could change depending on the outcome of the Nebraska Economic Forecasting Advisory Board's meeting later this week. The board predicts how much tax revenue the state will collect, and its projections will determine how much extra money lawmakers have at their disposal in the current legislative session. Some lawmakers raised concerns that they have not done enough to address property taxes, especially in rural areas whose schools are too small and land-rich to qualify for state equalization aid. Others took issue with taxing a benefit that benefits primarily the elderly and retirees on fixed incomes. Lindstrom said he plans to keep on the bill before its next vote and was willing to discuss changes that would limit the tax benefit for people with higher incomes.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, 6 games on the schedule, the Nets beat the Raptors 116-103 to improve to 42-20 on the year and become the first team in the Eastern Conference to clinch a playoff spot. Bucks over the Hornets 114-104. The Thunder snap a 14-game losing skid with a 119-115 win in Boston over the Celtics. Mavericks crushed the Warriors 133-103. Luka Doncic 39 points for Dallas. The Mavericks had a 47-16 lead at one point. They had a 28-0 run in the game. Trailblazers beat the Pacers 133-112. Timberwolves topped the Rockets 114-107. Baseball games of note, the Reds beat the Dodgers 6-5. LA's dropped 5 of its last 6 games. Giants fall to the Rockies 7-5 in 10 innings, so San Francisco and LA are still tied for the NL West lead. Red Sox edged the Mets 2-1 in a battle of division leaders. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit 3 home runs, drove in 7, leading the Blue Jays over the Nationals 9-5. The Brewers edged the Marlins 5-4.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Cloudy skies across the area for today with a chance for rain, high temperatures in the upper 50s. Then for tonight, partly cloudy will drop back to a low of 40. For Thursday, abundant sunshine making a return with milder temperatures back in the upper 60s, close to 70. And for your Friday, that warming trend continuing, highs reaching 82. Lots of sun Saturday, 87. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt U.S. Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Carl was more than $10,000 in credit card debt. Disaster was coming.
Well, it was pretty bad. It was coming to the end. I was getting desperate.
He called Total Financial Freedom, A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. They've helped thousands of people reduce all types of debt to a fraction of what they owed. Call 800-533-6605 to see if you qualify. Call in the next 10 minutes to receive a free book written by the CEO, The Debt Dietitian, The Way to a Healthy Financial Future. Call 800-533-6605.
It is 12 past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's see here. We have, let me look at this list, Brent. You have the list out. I've got mine covered. What are we doing next here? This is live radio. We have a kind of a plan, but not really. We're going to be talking to the Pizza Hut a little bit later on. We were going to have Andrew in from Custer County Economic Development. That's been moved to tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good.
So, and that'll be good because I'm sure he'll be talking about all the activities on Friday out at the Red Barn that Mike mentioned. So, and we've got some information here about that. We could kind of highlight that again here today. Big day out there, though, and we're going to be covering that and talking about it as much as we can. And you're listening to The Breakfast Show. We appreciate that very, very much. I want you to think about Sun Valley Landscaping. So listen to this.
If you know anything about your mom, it's that she deserves the best. Sun Valley Landscaping in Ansley has the best ideas for your mom to show your appreciation. Chaz and the staff at Sun Valley have a great variety to offer, from vegetables for the garden to hanging baskets for the porch. They also have a wide variety of planters and pots and can help you create the perfect arrangement for mom. Visit their greenhouse Monday to Friday 10 to 6, Saturday 10 to 5, and Sunday noon to 5. Located east of the Fire Hall off Highway 2 in Ansley, Sun Valley Landscaping.
And they are stocked full. They really ramped it up this year because of the demand last year. And so they've really prepared for you. So you'll find that they have a jam-packed greenhouse full of goodies for you. And we're going to be broadcasting from there on Friday as well because the way I understood it at the meeting yesterday, Jeremy and Christy are going to go down and do a remote on the radio and Facebook Live at Gibbons Electric. And then when they're done with that, they're going to slip over to Sun Valley Landscaping and do another show there on Friday so that you can get a second look at all the things they have in there. They got a lot.
They do, and it is beautiful.
Yeah, you were there, right? You went down.
I was, yeah.
That was an emergency situation. But
it was, and I'm glad, too, because, the greenhouse just looks absolutely beautiful.
Yep, and I'm sure now that we have the right dongle, we won't have as many troubles as we had last time down there. It was all down to the dongle.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what a dongle is, it's a little white thing you plug into your Apple phone. And that's what we Facebook Live on, and the dongle didn't do what it's supposed to do. The dongle failed.
Yes.
Darn dongle.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
We have a birthday to celebrate.
Good.
Shirley Gatula.
Shirley Gatula. She must be about 55.
I think so. It actually says, well, you would think when you look at Shirley, but it says, can we say the age? I think we can. We were told the age.
Well, when you look like that at 75, right? I don't see it as a problem.
75 today. Shirley, congratulations. Happy birthday. Known to many as Nana.
Nana, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. Hope you have a great day.
Shirley is celebrating a birthday with Drew, Scott and Jonathan Scott. Does that ring a bell?
No.
Okay, they're 43. They're twins.
Okay.
They do a TV show. One has brains, the other one has muscles. You know them as Property Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen the show, but I'm I guess I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. Also celebrating today, Penelope Cruz, 47.
Oh.
She was in Pirates of the Caribbean and many other films.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't look 47, by the way.
No.
She does not. Jay Leno, 71 today.
Really? 71?
Yeah.
Jay Leno. Wow.
Yep.
Have you seen any TV shows where he shows off his car collection?
Oh, you bet.
Oh, my.
He's into it. I actually get a magazine that he writes in once a month. It's a car magazine.
Uh-huh.
And he's into everything. I mean, he appreciates the very old cars, unique cars. He just loves all automobiles, really. And then also Shirley is celebrating a birthday today with a person who's just a little bit older than Shirley. It would be Anne Margaret's 80th birthday today.
Really?
Yeah.
Anne Margaret,
Yep.
80 today. Wow.
Back then you could call them sex symbols. I don't think you can do that anymore. That's not politically correct. But at that time when she did things like Viva Las Vegas with Elvis Presley, Bye Bye Birdie, and also with Dick Van Dyke, she's still acting today. But she was known as one of the sex symbols of the time when she was probably in her 20s, I'm guessing. But she's a very talented lady for singing and dancing as well. That's all I can. You're giving me that look like don't go any further. I'm not going to.
No,
I'm staying out of trouble.
You always come at me with "Don't give me that look." How do you want me to look at you?
Well, not with fear.
Wait, okay, well, yeah. I didn't think I was looking at you that way, but there have been times when, yes, you start to go down a road, and sometimes I do probably get that fearful look, like, oh my goodness, where's he going?
We were starting to get a little nervous about Anne Margaret. I could see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't feeling nervous, though. I apologize for
that's
giving you
fine.
that look, because I wasn't feeling it.
She was hotter than a firecracker, I'll tell you that right now. Still is. Still a beautiful lady.
Yes.
And very talented.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's just switch gears here.
Okay.
We are enjoying the lull in the COVID pandemic here in Nebraska, in central Nebraska, especially where we live. Thankful for that.
Yeah, sure seems like it anyway.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And India right now they've got people out on the streets there. They're in real big trouble. Brazil is in awful trouble. They're losing hundreds of people every day. And when this is all finished up, hopefully when it will be finished up, the numbers will be in the millions of souls that were lost in the world. And I think there's 575,000 documented deaths now here in the United States. And we kind of think it's over, and then all of a sudden you see sporting events run into trouble, and the most recent one is the PGA Tour. The upcoming tournament, the Valspar Championship, has now had 4 testing positive for the virus and having to withdraw, and one of those is, I believe, the 8th ranked golfer in the world. So, it's still out there, and we want to be aware of that, and that's just a little reminder. But, golf, you'd think, outside, but I suppose they mingle inside before the tournaments start. But you'd think golf would be a little easier than a lot of sports to, not like basketball, where you're bumping each other and, physical contact. I don't know. And the sports are different now. Some of the baseball stadiums are talking about opening it up to people who now are vaccinated, and then some of them are talking about opening it up to everybody. It's all over the place. But that's the most recent one, was in the game of golf. You didn't know the Scott brothers, huh? Drew and Jonathan?
I really didn't know. Once you said Property Brothers, kind of like, oh, yeah, okay, I think I know who they are.
All right.
And then when you said twins.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know about twins.
But yes, I do actually. Yes. But no, I've never seen the show. Is it like on one of those? It's like a
That's a
do
house.
they flip houses?
Yeah.
Is that what they
well,
do? Or
let's see, how does that one? They help people. Yeah, people come to them and they go look for houses and then they remodel them for them.
I see.
I think I'm right on that. I've only watched it a couple times.
Yeah.
Also, this one, I wanted to save this one for you because you're a sports guy. I don't know if you heard about this or not, but they were talking about it on the ball game that we were watching last night. Minor league replaces extra innings with home run derby. Did you read about that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I heard about it. Didn't really read in depth about it, but I did see the headline that one of the minor leagues, the Pioneer League, I think is what it was, is going to do away with extra innings, and if a game is tied, they'll go to a home run derby. I don't know how it's going to work, but yeah, I did see the headline about that.
Okay, it's in the Rocky Mountains is where this league is.
Okay,
they may be smoking something up there in the Rockies. I don't know.
I don't know if they're playing up there. That'd be fun to end a game on a home run derby.
Oh yeah,
the ball will fly.
It's called the knockout rule.
Okay.
If the game is tied after 9 innings, each team will assign a designated hitter who gets 5 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
The team with the most homers wins, and the league says that way they don't overuse pitchers' arms.
Now, my question is, if you're going to get 5 pitches, what if you're tied in the home run derby after 5 pitches?
Doesn't say. I don't know. They probably go.
Does it then become sudden death? Like the first one to hit a home run.
Probably.
After that wins, or
that'd be a good way to do it. Let's see if I can find this number. I have a bag behind me. I haven't told you about this, have I?
No, but I saw it on your desk. I had to lay something on your desk the other day, and I saw this big. Can I say what it is, or
yeah, sure.
Okay, well, it's a great big bag. It's a bubble wrap bag. It's what it is, and it is full of pens. I mean, a lot of pens, and some of them, I'll just say it, look like they're antique, they've been around for a while.
Now, I just reached into the bag, and I pulled out this pen, and I'm not kidding you. I didn't look.
No, he didn't.
Stolen from KCNI 1280 AM, KBBN 95.3 FM. And so it was one of our pens.
Yeah.
But the weird part about this is these pens come from Omaha.
Really?
My cousin Jim Miller, a retired basketball coach and administrator.
A great basketball coach, by the way.
He'd love to hear you say that.
Well, I'm Omaha Marion, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they had a run back when he was coach that was amazing.
Yeah, he really enjoyed success.
Yeah.
And, anyway, he retired, and he likes antiques and that sort of thing, so he got a job part-time at an auction house in Omaha.
Uh-huh.
And so this stuff comes in to the auction house, and he sent me some things from that have went through that he's kind of sent my way. There's a sign in my office of an AM station in Omaha that has close to the same frequency as ours. And then he sent me some photographs of some blues artists that were framed and everything, some things like that he just knew that I might enjoy, which is great of him to do that. And then he sent me some pictures the other day of some of the pens that he had saw come into the auction house. What I'm wondering is how did they get from here to Omaha in a collection of sorts?
So that pen that you're holding is it's a KCNI KBBN pen,
right?
And it made it to an auction house.
Yeah, and
in
all these
Omaha.
other pens. Let's pull one more out here.
Wow, that's interesting.
Okay, this is one Cooperative Marketing Association, Broken Bow, Nebraska, and the little saying on this pen says, "We are your heat warm friends."
Huh.
And I'm not sure the Cooperative Marketing Association, there's a history there on each one of these pens.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so are all of those pens in that bag? He sorted them all out. They're all from
Custer
represent
County.
this area?
All right, here's another one for you. The Arnold Cafe.
Oh, wow.
Arnold, Nebraska, and here's your number. 848-2721. And this pin was compliments of the Arnold Cafe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the Arnold Cafe, would that have been where the Cardinal Inn was, or would it have been would it have been maybe right there on the corner?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because at one time there was a cafe in what originally was a bank there, and that building sits on the corner, and we understand that might be restored. We had that conversation when we had guests in for...
it was Justin, right?
Yeah,
Justin Strasburg, I think.
Yeah, and he said they bought that, and they may do something with that. But I remember it as a cafe, but I don't know if that was the Arnold Cafe. And then across Caddy Corner was the one on the corner that was there for so many years, a cafe. And I'm guessing there were other cafes over the years, but I'm not sure which one that is. I pulled one more out here. Pauline's Beauty Shop here in Broken Bow, 530 South 7th Avenue. Now, I knew Pauline. She was a friend of my folks, went to Presbyterian Church, and she had a beauty shop right in her home there. And I had a photo shop in the 1980s that sit right beside her house, Pauline's Beauty Shop.
Wow, that is really neat.
I'll pull one more.
And folks, you have no idea how many pins are in this bag. There are several. This
is the Tiffany Theater at 17 and 10th Avenue, Broken Bow. Now, this is an old pin. Now, the Tiffany Theater, as that name, has been around a long, long time, so I don't know how old this pin is because the Tiffany has been there for years and years.
Yeah. Can you open it up and see if it writes? I'm just curious.
Let's try it.
All right.
It's a little dry.
No, yeah.
A little dry.
Wow. Well, since you pulled out a pin about the Tiffany Theater, how about we just move right into letting you know what's showing at what is now the Fox Theater.
Perfect.
In Broken Bow. Here's what's showing right now. The movies being shown currently at the Fox Theater, downtown Broken Bow, include the inspirational film The Girl Who Believes in Miracles. It's a PG-rated film, and it will continue to show through this week and on into the weekend as well, as it will continue its run into next week. So check it out. It's The Girl Who Believes in Miracles, now showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Also a movie that just came out, a week or so ago, kind of one of the big spring blockbusters going into the summer. Mortal Kombat is showing at the Fox Theater. It will continue to show tonight and tomorrow and then continue its run through the weekend into next week. So check it out. Mortal Kombat now showing at the Fox Theater. Also, you still have some opportunities to see Godzilla vs. Kong. If you have not seen the battle yet, you can still do it at the Fox Theater. Continuing to show there. And as I look, it looks like it will continue its run on the weekend. It shows showtimes on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and then some showtimes on into next week as well. So Mortal Kombat, Godzilla vs. Kong, and The Girl Who Believes in Miracles showing at the Tiffany Theater. And then a new movie coming to the Fox Theater is going to be The Courier, and this is going to start on Friday and run through the weekend into next week. Again, it's called The Courier. It's rated PG-13, and it will start Friday, April 30th at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. And the best way to keep up to date with what's showing at the Fox Theater is to go to their great website. It's now watchthefox.com, and you can check out showtimes and look at trailers of the films in case you're like, I wonder what this movie's about. You can just click on the trailer, get a feel for it, and then look at the showtime right there on the website. Don't forget, they still do the free popcorn Tuesdays, thanks to Nebraska State Bank on Tuesday evenings. So a lot of great things happening at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow.
We're going to try to make a phone call right after these words.
In the morning, you are awakened by the twitter of a little bird.
But now it's Dave and Brent.
I knew there was a reason I got out of bed this morning.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Does the thought of turning 65 give you nightmares? It doesn't have to. Hi, this is Liana with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. And as an independent agent, I work with the major insurance companies that you're getting mail and phone advertising from. If you're feeling overwhelmed with the options, give me a call to set up an appointment. We will go through the Medicare process step by step, from signing up to enrolling in the necessary supplement and Part D drug plans. You don't have to do this alone. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency is here to help. Call me at 836-2201 or stop in at the office in Callaway.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
We'll find out more about the pens if Jim answers the phone.
Oh, good. You're going to call Jim.
Yeah.
Cool.
He may not. I don't know what time Jim gets up. He's retired. I know he texts and sends messages. Maybe he doesn't answer the phone anymore. Surely we'll be able to leave a message.
Oh, you would think.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Miller is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Jim Miller, this is your cousin Dave and Brent Apperson, my co-host on The Breakfast Show. We're calling you about the pens that you so nicely sent, but evidently you screen your calls, and that's understandable. I know that you probably made a lot of enemies over the years. But call us back if you would like. We might try you again later. The number here for the studio is 308-872-2801. Now, don't call between 10:30 and 11 to that number because you'll go on the Party Line show and you'll have to sell something, trade, buy, or give away. But if you could call us before 9:30 this morning, we'd love to have you on the air. But otherwise, thanks for the pens. We're having fun with them. Call us back if you like. If not, hope to see you soon. Okay.
Nice. That really is neat. I mean, the history. I guess you don't think of a pen as history, right?
Right.
But they are. I mean, when you look at what's in that bag there, I mean, the history that's in there, just with what's on a pen, it's pretty neat.
Starts a conversation, doesn't it?
It sure does. Yeah.
I'm going to reach back there now. I'm going to go ahead and look because I don't want to pull. There's some duplicates here, so I'm just curious where they came from. If Jim would know that. Because
how did they end up at the auction house in Omaha?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Okay, here's one.
All right.
Sargent Livestock Commission, Sargent, Nebraska, Larry Marshall, owner-operator. So that's when the sale barn was still going in Sargent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, a lot of people have pins made, for their business with their business logo or whatever on them. And I don't think you ever think of doing this, but wouldn't it be cool if they had years on them?
It would.
Yeah.
Now, here's one I wish I would have pulled when Mike Evans was here. This is a pencil that has never been sharpened.
No.
And it has the checkerboard design on it, which would be for Purina Chow. And it's it just says Clyde Arnold, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
Wow. That's
and that would have been from the feed store. One more?
Yeah. This is fun. This is kind of cool.
Oh, yes. Caston's Market.
Oh, yes.
Box 37, Anselmo, Nebraska. Keith and Marie owners.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Great people.
God, what great memories. I'm going to see if this one writes. No, most of them are old enough. They're dried out. But Caston's Market. Now, it's still, the market is open thanks to the Burnett's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When I hear their names, I think back, this was years ago, but we went to Anselmo over Big Sky, I think, or around that time, it seems like. But we had we played some of the Anselmo folks there in kind of a charity softball game.
I think it was right after Big Sky, or it wasn't during Big Sky, but it was somewhere
near.
Yeah,
yeah, right. Anyway, and I forget who came to bat, but I think Mr. Castens was pitching.
He was.
Wasn't he?
Keith was pitching.
And so Keith was pitching, and I don't know how he made the switch, but instead of pitching a softball, he threw a head of cabbage. You remember that?
Yeah.
And whoever swung, maybe it was Hilkemeyer. I can't remember, but whoever swung at it, and I mean that he hit it well, and that cabbage just splattered all over the place. I just thought it was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen.
Well, Keith and Marie dressed up in costume. In fact, a lot of the Anselmo team did. And I can remember Keith also catching in that game as well.
Yeah.
Now, some of you will remember before the Castens Market, I believe it was called Scott's Market. The Scott family owned that. And I remember that pretty well because I used to deliver Coca-Cola products to the Scott Market in Anselmo. And then it wasn't I don't know when Castens, Keith and Marie took it over because they also was involved in the Anselmo elevator. So, yeah, a pen can bring back really cool memories. Yeah.
You know, and aren't these the conversations that we enjoy in rural America?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, still do. You get around the table with family for a holiday or whatever, just a meal, and how many times does your conversation go back to something from the past?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And, these are just fun conversations to have.
Well, we'll pull some more pins a little bit later on. Maybe Jim will give us a call back. I don't know. It would be fun to talk to him because I would be really interested to see how these pins, if they evidently they came in all together, and somehow Custer County pins got sent to an auction house in Omaha. And I know there's some folks around here that keep collectibles like that. The ones that I really enjoy, the really old pens or pencils that have phone numbers on them that is like Trojan 8885, and only needed 3 or 4 numbers to dial the phone. Probably just picked up the phone and talked to the operator and had them transfer you.
Well, when I first moved here, I think we just hit 2.
Yeah.
And then the number.
Didn't have to do the
dial,
87.
right? Yeah, didn't dial the 87, just hit 2 and then the 4 numbers behind it.
Yeah, that's true. And then there's the wall phones, the old wood wall phones that you cranked even out in the country. I know some people still remember that.
Oh, yeah, the old rotary phone.
Where you? Yeah. Well, yeah, this would be the one you...
the one you'd crank.
Yeah.
And okay, yeah.
You cranked your ring. So if I called you... you would know it was me because I would have a specific pattern. I would go ring, 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 ring. And the number, how you rang the sequence was you knew who it was.
Yeah.
And then if you didn't know who it was, you would pick it up anyway because you didn't get that many phone calls. And then if you wanted to hear the conversation of somebody else, if you pick it up, you could listen to your neighbor in the neighborhood because it was an open line for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of eavesdropping going on.
And now we're watching TV on our phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how good all of that is, but it's what it is. Yeah. We're going to take a quick time out, come back. Got a little music lined up for you. And then we have a few more things we want to talk about. We do want to, again, make you aware that there are at least 3 studs at Mead Lumber. We'll be talking about that, and they need some more studs. But don't be confused. We're talking about people, not wooden pieces.
Yeah, not 2x4s.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
We're excited to work our way towards May with a shoe sale at Bow Bootery. We're putting SAS and soft spot shoes in the spotlight. Right now, save $20 off of SAS styles, $15 off of soft spot shoes. Stop in or call and we'll order exactly what you want. 308-872-5621 is our number. Yes, this sale does include special orders. Come and see us soon at your home-owned shoe store on the square, Bow Bootery.
Are your aches and pains preventing you from doing the things you love? Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111. We offer complete one-on-one physical therapy for you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111. Team Physical Therapy is known as the best hands in town, and we will help you achieve your goals and keep you moving in 2021. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111 or check us out on the web at myteampt.com.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if auto owners is right for you.
Since 1917, Nebraska State Bank has been helping Custer County and its neighbors progress with innovative products and superior service. And they are here with you, helping you achieve your goals, reinvesting in our area by involvement, leadership, and donation as a means to help others strive and succeed and to further invest in our communities. With all of their locations here in Custer County, Nebraska State Bank is proud to serve you in Callaway, Myrna, and 2 locations in Broken Bow, and online anywhere all the time at nesb.bank. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Couple things here we want to talk about today. Bow Family Furniture and Flooring making the call-ins possible for you to call in to register for a chance to win $250 in gift cards. And that drawing's coming up on May 7th. And we'll be drawing for 2 $250 prizes. So if you haven't called in before, please do. All you got to do is call in, leave your name and number during a song when the announcer asks you to do that. And they'll also tell you a little bit about the business during those call-ins. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Bow Family Furniture and Flooring this morning and thank them for being a sponsor for this sweepstakes. It's been great. We actually didn't plan on doing it as long as we have been doing it, but there were so many businesses that liked the idea of encouraging people to continue to shop at home. So we thank you very much for that. But Bow Family Furniture and Flooring is ready for any kind of improvement you want to make, whether it's a quick makeover you're tackling or you need new flooring, don't have the time or patience to order new flooring or material. It is hard sometimes to make a decision, and they can help you with that. And also the type of flooring that maybe might work best for the floor you have. Some older floors you can do some things with that, and then some things that you can't as well. So they have flooring in stock that you can still get at the 2020 prices. So stop in and talk about that flooring for your project today. And they urge you to shop in the downtown location for the flooring and the Shaw Flooring Spring Sale, and you can receive up to 10% off your order on all the Shaw flooring. And the spring sale includes carpet, hard vinyl, plank, tile, laminate, engineered wood, you name it. Bow Family can help you find the perfect flooring for your area. And they have a beautiful setup now because it's dedicated to flooring in the downtown store. And then they have Bow Family out on Highway 2, which is a furniture store. It is fabulous. It is spacious. It's a wonderful place to shop. You can walk around in there for hours and look at all the good displays and things they have, furniture for your home or your business. So thank you, Bow Family. We appreciate it very much. Let's talk about the studs. The theme here is you don't need a stud finder to find the studs at Meade Lumber. They're working up front. Frosty and Scott and Pat and others. There's other studs there as well. But no more older and refined studs than the 3 we just mentioned. These are cured studs.
Yes.
Well aged.
Okay.
And they're looking for some help.
They are, yes. There is a position open at Meade Lumber for a sales associate. The position offers a competitive compensation package and outstanding benefit program, including medical and dental insurance and an employee stock ownership plan, as well as accrued vacation in the first year. Wage is dependent upon experience. Sales associate would be responsible for various sales duties, including sales support functions, office coordination, and assist with some merchandise deliveries. You can stop in and talk to Dan or give him a call at 872-2061 if you're interested. Again, that's 872-2061. And then there's a full list of responsibilities and qualifications. You can look at those by going to sandhillsexpress.com. Just go to the employment page.
All right. Ooh, here's another pin for you. Tri-County Livestock, Inc., Livestock Buyers, Taylor, Nebraska. Now, this must be a bit of a newer pen because it has a mobile number on it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing a bag phone, probably, and then it has an office number. Tri-County Livestock, Inc., Livestock Buyers in Taylor. There's also a Sylvester's pen, which I know I saw it in there yesterday, and I can't find it right now. But Sylvester's has been around long enough to give pens away for over 20 years. And they've also been bringing you live music for over 20 years in the club that's right there on Highway 2.
Yes. Sylvester's going to have another big night of music coming up for you this week. Arcade Radio is coming to the stage, formerly the band Evicted. They've been playing original music in a wide cover variety through the Midwest and beyond since 2005. And they're going to be at Sylvester's this Friday night from 9 until 1. That's when they'll be on the stage. So come on out and enjoy the music of Arcade Radio. That'll be coming up on Friday night at Sylvester's, known as the Quiet Little Place
That rocks!
Sylvester's, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
I do believe we have Jim Miller on the line.
Oh,
he
good.
has called us back. Cousin Jim is on the line. Good morning, Jim.
David J., how are you?
I'm good. Now, I want you to know we're live on the breakfast show, and so we can't talk about some of the things we did when we were kids. So I guess we could, but then I may not be able to work here anymore.
That's true.
Okay. We concur on that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, do.
Hey, Jim, thanks so much for the bag of pens. We're curious as to, well, first of all, I believe you're still working at the auction house there in Omaha?
That's correct,
Okay. So how did these pens get to the auction house in Omaha, do you think?
Well, there was a collector, evidently a pen collector. I don't know how long he did it, but he passed away, and his wife says, I don't want these. And she brought in probably maybe conservatively 5,000 to 10,000 of them.
Wow.
Oh, man.
And probably about 90%, 95% were Nebraska ones, and towns I've never heard of. I just kind of looked through. I just grabbed a lot of the Custer County ones, but they're from all over towns I've never heard of.
Wow.
And so you were kind enough to kind of dig through and pull out some Custer County and Central Nebraska ones. We've had fun with them already, Jim, and we just really have been kind of just reaching back behind it and pulling one out every once in a while during the show. But some of them look like, they're businesses that are still here, but many of them, as you would suspect, are gone. So it's kind of a piece of history, really.
Yeah, we found a lot of them would have the telephone numbers that would say like TA 6201. Probably back in the 40s, 50s. They're fun. I looked through a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of places I used to go.
Yeah. Yeah, when you come back to visit your cousins here, you probably recognize some of those places.
Some of them had some really good times at.
Yeah, we did. So we were just, Brent here is a big he's our sports guy. And when I mentioned your name, his eyes lit up. He said, "You mean Jim Miller with Omaha Marion?" And I said, "Yeah, that's the guy. He taught me how to put, a raw egg on somebody's head, making them thinking it was an Easter egg. I mean, you taught me a lot, Jim."
Wow.
But Brett was curious about maybe a little bit of history about your coaching, because you did it a long time, and I'm just going to have him ask you a couple of questions about your basketball coaching, because he's pretty impressed with your record.
Well, yeah, Jim. What did your career record end up being, and how many years were you at Marion?
I was at Marion for about 40 years, but I was the varsity basketball coach for 34 years. And I think, I don't know, it was in the paper a while, but I think won 618 games or something like that, 613. And unfortunately, lost 180 or something.
Yeah, that's a pretty good winning percentage, though. Well, I remember some of the teams and some of the runs you had in Class A, and that really had to be a thrill being a part of that. I know that I've talked to so many coaches over the years, and I know that it's the kids and watching them experience the success and seeing them get enjoyment out of winning that makes it fun for you, I'm sure. But that had to be just a great moment in your life to go on some of those runs that some of your teams had.
You know, I really, looking back at it, I really enjoyed the practices and you know, the preparation and getting them ready to play. You know, as soon as it came down to game time, it was just what we've done in practices, and I just usually let them go, let them play. So they had a good time, I think.
Good.
my favorite quote that you made, Jim, is you were interviewed, on TV. It was right before the one of the state playoff games you were in. I think it was for the championship, and we were all sitting around the TV, feeling pretty cocky because our cousin was this winning coach, and the news guy or the sports guy asked you what your plan was for the game against this particular team, and I believe you said we're going to put the press on right when they get off the bus. I got a big charge out of that. Yeah, a lot of pressure. Yeah. Hey, well, thanks for the pens, and I don't know if I ever thanked you, Jim, also for many years ago when some of me and my buddies came down to goose hunt, and we ended up somehow in your basement, letting us sleep in your washroom. I really appreciate that.
Oh, boy. Well, you have a lot more to thank me for than that.
I do. I admit. How's the family doing?
Great.
Good.
Doing good. I got our shots and can actually see the grandkids again.
Oh, good. And what are the numbers of grandkids now? It's growing, isn't it?
5.
5.
I have 5 girls.
5 girls. Well, there's your basketball team.
Hey, there you go.
I'm sure you've heard
Starting
that.
lineup already penciled in.
Okay. Hey, Jim, thanks a lot. Appreciate your time. Hope
right.
we can see you. We have also gotten our shots now, so let's get together.
Is that rabies or the COVID?
Some things never change. Take care, Jim.
All right. You too.
All right. Yep. Jim Miller, we had some good times, and he had.
Sounds like you still could have some good times.
Oh yes,
too.
Marina's she's a wonderful mate, and they had a boy and a girl, and now the family's growing, and I think they're enjoying retirement. I do remember, and I should have mentioned this when Jim was still here. They lived in Milford, and he went to high school in Milford, and that's great memories that I have when we went there to Milford. And he would I was younger, but he would kind of include me and take me along to different events. And he was actually volunteer coaching young basketball players before he graduated from school. So that was always, a big calling for him. And I remember he took me one Saturday morning. They had Saturday morning practices for the little kids, and he would volunteer and go help coach the little guys. And he took me along to participate. That was an indicator that, he knew then what he wanted to do, I think. And he went to school at the Kearney, in the kind of known as a teacher's college then. And we had some good times. Some of them I can't tell you about, but he was kind of a ladies' man,
Oh yeah.
And so when you're in 7th grade or 8th grade and your older cousin is a ladies' man, he's pretty much a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Good.
Yep, that was fun. Well, the pens are great, and that was quite a collection that they got, wasn't it? So this was just a small little dab of what they got. So
yeah, it would have been interesting to see the whole lot that came in, and I think Jim made mention he was looking at pins of towns that he didn't even know. Hadn't even heard the name of in Nebraska.
Well, there's a lot of little towns, that are now either gone or unincorporated or very, very small. Yes, it always amazed me with my dad because he traveled Nebraska extensively with his feed business, wholesale feed business. He kind of knew where all those little burgs were, but a lot of us don't. So here's another, this is a pen that looks like a pencil, but it's a pen, one of those.
Oh yeah, with the white like ink eraser on the top.
Yep. This one says Dwayne Zimmerman, Pioneer Sales and Service, Broken Bow, 872-2383. So there's Dwayne Zimmerman running Pioneer Sales and Service at the time he gave these pens away. Cool. Starting to think about all the things that my cousin Jim and I did. And
it's hard to concentrate now on the rest of the show, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll take a time out, and we'll switch gears here. We might pull some more pins here for you on the breakfast show yet. Stay tuned. And we also got a call or two already from some folks who want to show us some of their collectibles. That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Bring them in and leave them with Kristen, and we'll talk about them on the radio. That's fun. Here's the last one before we close. You might want to give this one to Shelley.
Oh, okay.
This one is out of county, but I think it would have meaning to her.
All right.
Okay. This is KOGA.
Oh, yeah. Shelley worked at KOGA in Ogallala.
First in music, news, sports in western Nebraska. And this pen has been around a while. 930 kilocycles.
Wow.
So that'd be the AM side.
Okay.
And the phone number is 284-3633 Ogallala, Nebraska.
Wow.
And it has a football on the top.
Yeah, it's a pencil, right?
Yeah. So Shelley would probably like that.
Yeah, that'd be neat.
Yeah. We'll take that time out, catch up on some news. We'll be back. We're going to talk with the Pizza Hut yet this morning. Stay tuned.
The Secret Garden is open every day in May. Weekdays noon to 5, Saturdays 8:30 to 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4. They have an amazing selection of plants ready to go home with you. Annual 6-packs are just $3.15. 4-inch pots of geraniums, Gerber daisies, begonias, and more are only $3.75. Or get supertunias, calabricoas, lantanas, and many more 3-inch pots for $3.45. Plus vegetables, shrubs, succulents, and cactus too. They'll even pot your plants for you. Located 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north. The Secret Garden.
Spring cleaning has begun, and Bruning Bank is here to help spruce up more than just that junk drawer you've been avoiding. Refresh your checking account and upgrade to Premier Checking, the account that rewards you with 2% in interest by simply doing everyday banking habits, such as swiping your debit card, logging into online banking, setting up an ACH, and signing up for e-statements. Whether you already have an account with us or not, setup is quick and easy. Come in and see how you can start earning 2% on your money. Learn more at bruningbank.com or give us a call at 308-872-2757. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow is seeking a caring, high-energy individual to assist in patient care as a physical therapy technician. Responsibilities include assisting physical therapists with non-clinical tasks, helping patients move through the clinic, keeping treatment areas clean, stocked, and organized, as well as assisting patients with light exercises. High school diploma required, college student or college graduate with previous clinical experience preferred. Wage dependent on experience. Send a cover letter and resume to pearsonphysicaltherapy@gmail.com.
From indoor and outdoor to out in the field, Ansley Lumber and Supply has what you need for your projects. There's nothing stronger than LP Smart Side siding for your home, and Pella, Marvin, and North Star windows can increase efficiency greatly. They have them. Does your kitchen need a new look? Well, Ansley Lumber has several lines of cabinets to choose from, and they offer quartz and granite countertops. Benjamin Moore Paint can freshen up a look, plus they have metal for your buildings, plus creosote and copper posts. Ansley Lumber and Supply, downtown Ansley.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. President Biden outlines his $1.8 trillion spending plan in his first speech to a joint session of Congress tonight. Spokeswoman Jen Psaki tells CBS he'll also keep up his push to get more Americans vaccinated.
We've seen some improvements, some increased levels of confidence among more conservative white Republicans. We've also seen increased in confidence among black and brown communities.
The CDC says the fully vaccinated can safely unmask now outdoors, but some Americans are still reluctant, like Gray Acosta in San Francisco.
I'm still going to wear it, even though regardless they say everything might be okay, just for safety reasons.
A judge in North Carolina will hear arguments today on release of all police body cam video and the shooting death of Andrew Brown. Elizabeth City Mayor Montre Friedman.
I am very concerned. Mr. Brown's family deserves some transparency that they're not receiving. These citizens in Elizabeth City deserve it.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, 6 games on the schedule, the Nets beat the Raptors 116-103 to improve to 42-20 on the year and become the first team in the Eastern Conference to clinch a playoff spot. Bucks over the Hornets 114-104. The Thunder snap a 14-game losing skid with a 119-115 win in Boston over the Celtics. Mavericks crushed the Warriors 133-103. Luka Doncic 39 points for Dallas. The Mavericks had a 47-16 lead at one point. They had a 28-0 run in the game. Trailblazers beat the Pacers 133-112. Timberwolves topped the Rockets 114-107. Baseball games of note, the Reds beat the Dodgers 6-5. LA's dropped 5 of its last 6 games. Giants fall to the Rockies 7-5 in 10 innings, so San Francisco and LA are still tied for the NL West lead. Red Sox edged the Mets 2-1 in a battle of division leaders. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit 3 home runs, drove in 7, leading the Blue Jays over the Nationals 9-5. The Brewers edged the Marlins 5-4.
Here's your weatherology forecast. Cloudy skies across the area for today with a chance for rain, high temperatures in the upper 50s. Then for tonight, partly cloudy will drop back to a low of 40. For Thursday, abundant sunshine making a return with milder temperatures back in the upper 60s, close to 70. And for your Friday, that warming trend continuing, highs reaching 82. Lots of sun Saturday, 87. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
I would say it's like an ice-cold Mountain Dew on a hot summer day. God's Word refreshes our spirit. In my daily Bible readings and in worship on Sunday, His Word and His joy are my strength for the week to come. So make plans today to attend church on Sunday. And if you're needing to talk, give us a call. This is Roger Sloan with the Lillian Church of Christ, 872-2618, where we love to share Jesus.
Attention timeshare owners. Getting out of your timeshare can feel like a battle. All you want is to save some money, reduce your stress, and stop paying for something you aren't even using. But the process can be daunting, frustrating, and confusing. But it doesn't have to be. With Newton Group, you get access to an exclusive secret weapon to get out of your timeshare. This secret weapon is something only Newton Group offers and was developed to help timeshare owners just like you save thousands of dollars and regain control of their finances. And this secret weapon is a key part of why we have an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, 4.7 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot, and a proven track record to legally relieve you from the financial burden of your timeshare. If you want out of your timeshare, visit besttimeshareexit.com to learn more about this exclusive secret weapon to get out of your timeshare. Go to besttimeshareexit.com or call 877-TOP-EXIT. That's besttimeshareexit.com to get you out of your timeshare. Go to besttimeshareexit.com now or call 877-TOP-EXIT.
48 degrees outside under a cloudy sky. Brent and Dave with you here on this Wednesday morning. Good to have you along. We'll be visiting with folks out at the Pizza Hut yet this morning, so stay tuned for that. Going to get a little music going here for you right now, and I've got a whole selection here of different songs, and I can't make up this DJ's mind, so I'm going to go with the one a little bit different. I think it's kind of a pretty song from Sam Outlaw. It's called Ghost Town.
7 days a week, when you're looking for a home-cooked meal, look no further than the Tumbleweed Cafe on East Highway 2. They feature daily lunch specials that are a great pick-me-up in the middle of your day. Don't forget, you can order online and pick up too, or make use of their handy drive-thru for extra fast, home-style food. They love serving Central Nebraska with the classics, from burgers and fries to chicken fried steak and pies, at the Tumbleweed Cafe, East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
Free up your time. With Steel, you can spend less time working on your yard and more time doing the things you love. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot, Steel is only available through our 10,000 local Steel dealers. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies. Get big league performance in your backyard with Steel battery tools. From mowers to trimmers, our AK Homeowner Series starts at just $199.99. Steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 10,000 local dealers. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP. Available at participating dealers. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
Congratulations, graduates, from Tri-S Ag of Myrna. Take time to reflect on what you've done and relish in your accomplishments. Tri-S is wishing you all the best for what life now has in store for you. Chase your dreams, burst out at the seams. Never stop trying, never stop learning, and live life to the fullest and give nothing but your best. Congratulations to the Aunt Samuel Myrna and area graduates from Tri-S Ag in Myrna.
It's 9:12. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show, and I'm going to turn things over to Brent Apperson to tell you whatever he wants to tell you about.
Okay.
Other than what I just told you off the air. Don't go there.
No, I won't repeat that.
Okay.
Okay, let's tell you about a job opportunity. The Nebraska Department of Transportation has another opening. They are currently accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Broken Bow. For a full job description or to apply, go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. Now, again, we give you that website, statejobs.nebraska.gov, because you have to apply online. So you need to go to that website. If you need help in the selection process, contact Nebraska State personnel at 402-471-2075. Again, the website is statejobs.nebraska.gov. The Nebraska Department of Transportation accepting applications for a highway maintenance worker in Broken Bow. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
Thank you, Brent. Boy, that's a bright yellow sheet you have there.
Yes. You want me to go to it?
Why not?
Yeah, okay. Well, first off, beginning tomorrow, we're going to start to feature our good friend Chad Dolan, who is actively involved with the Dawson County Raceway, and they're going to get their season started this weekend. And so as we move through the racing season at the Raceway there at Dawson County in Lexington, we'll be visiting with Chad, I think kind of on the Thursdays prior to the racing of the weekend. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll have a visit with Chad for you tomorrow morning on The Breakfast Show. But opening night at the Dawson County Raceway is coming up this weekend. May 2nd, 2021 is when it starts. Gates open at 3:30. The green flag will drop at 6. Of course, they'll have all of the big races with the modified, stock cars, sport mods, hobby stocks, sport compacts. The first 100 people to come in get a free all-beef hot dog and a Coke product to enjoy. It's a great event for the family because the admission prices are so reasonable for an exciting night. Adults, $12, kids 6 to 12, $5, 5 and under get in free. If you like to be real close to the action, pit passes are $30. For those 10 and under, pit passes are $10. They'll have the big prize wheel there as well. It's opening night presented by S&W Auto Parts at the Dawson County Raceway in Lexington. Put it on your calendar. It's coming up on Sunday, May 2nd.
I was wondering if he was going to do that. I figured he probably would.
Couldn't help it.
Couple of things over on this side of the room. You're all invited to a ribbon cutting and groundbreaking ceremony for the Sandhills Journey Scenic Byway this Friday. You heard Mike talking about it earlier, Mike Evans. Starts at 5:30 and goes till 7:30 at least at the Red Barn in Broken Bow. They'll have refreshments served. A symbolic groundbreaking will be held as the barn announces its plan to construct a replica sod house on the property. In addition, the ribbon cutting will be held in celebration of the National Scenic Byway designation for the Sandhills Journey Scenic Byway in Nebraska, and they invite you to join them and support this progress by for the byway and the barn. And Andrew Ambrose will be in tomorrow to talk more about that, and we'll visit a little more detail on that tomorrow on the show. Also, before we close this show, we're going to be giving away a Nebraska park permit to put on your windshield so you can get into the parks, and we'll be doing that at the end of the show. I'll just give you a heads up. We're going to be asking folks in the Oconto area, SEM area, Sumner, Eddyville, Miller, Oconto area, and Callaway today.
Okay.
And you can all participate. Call in. We'll do that later on.
All right.
So a heads up for that area.
Okay. Be listening.
Be listening. Okay. I think after what I told you off the air, I'm going to play Eric Clapton's If I Had Possession Over Judgment Day.
Okay.
I think I better do that.
It would fit.
Hey, I have some more pens here.
Oh, good. Yeah. Where's this one from?
Starlight Lounge.
Oh, I've heard you talk about that.
Yep. Man, oh, man. Marge Haynes, owner on the side of that. That's when Marge ran the Starlight. And that is now where Ideal Realty is. And the used clothing shop there. Yes, many memories both on the main floor and then down below. Now, folks will remember it as Roy's Pastime also. Tom's Pastime, I think, was original. That was Tom Conley built it and started it. And it was a rec center, really. It had a bowling alley in the basement, a snooker hall upstairs, 8-ball tables, and then half of the upstairs was a bar and a grill. And it was a lot of fun, and they served great pizzas. They was the first business in town that I remember that made pizzas that you could pick up. You called in and you went and picked it up. And they did that at the Starlight. And then later, they moved over to what was called the Clinic, and that is where Holcomb Pharmacy bought that building. And now it's the new family healthcare business there. But that building originally, show you my age, was a tractor sales shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Across from that, where the Broken Bow Clinic was built, was a automobile lot that was connected to Meston Ford. And the Ford building was a 2- or 3-story building that you could drive up into. It had a second floor you could drive up into. And that's where Varney Health Mart sits. I can remember all that. That's making me a little older.
Yeah.
You could go into the Ford dealership and get yourself a nice grape pop out of the pop machine, or chocolate milk pop.
Really?
Yeah.
Chocolate milk pop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, okay. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever come across one of those.
You don't remember that? Well, they might have been.
Of course, I mean, I'm not a chocolate milk fan.
Oh, okay. So you probably didn't look for it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So the Starlight is gone, but the memories will never leave.
There you go.
And then I did find a Sylvester's pen.
Did you?
Now, I think this probably was before Fred. No, it probably was before Fred, because it said Sylvester's Bar, Broken Bow, Nebraska, and the phone number. And
did it have a slogan on it? Sometimes pins have slogans.
You're the heart of our business.
Oh.
It shows a little heart, and then there's little hearts on it.
Okay.
Maybe they gave it away for Valentine's Day. So you have Sylvester's, which is gone. Or excuse me, Sylvester's, which is still here.
Right.
And the Starlight Lounge, which is gone. And then one more. you have a little pen. This is a small one. Farmers Union Milk Plant, Broken Bow, Nebraska. And many of you will remember that was located right across, well, it sits right by the police station, downtown Broken Bow. It's that blue metal building.
Okay.
And it sits to the south of Gary's Superfoods there.
Uh-huh.
And that was the Farmers Union Milk Plant, I believe. And they had trucks with milk tanks on them, and they would go out and pick up grade B milk from the area farmers who had milk cows. And then they would milk it, put it in a tank, and then the truck would come in and pump the milk out of the tank and take it back here, and then they would bring in a semi, and they would pick up milk daily.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of too bad when because there's a lot of workers with that. I remember there was some people that I remember in my neighborhood who had kids who moved here to work at the milk plant, and then later that milk plant closed.
Huh.
A little more history for you.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm old. We'll be back right after these words.
Zendar, Lord Plurgon has decreed that our mission to promote Nebraska Pick 5 has been accomplished, and we must return to our home planet immediately.
Negative. I have become enamored with the Nebraska geographic province. I cannot leave. The organisms are friendly, the geography is pleasing, and Nebraska Pick 5 is dear to my cardio valve chamber.
Understandable. Nebraska Pick 5 has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and can be found in only one location in the known universe. Besides, I have recently joined the PTA. But how can we resist the will of Lord Plurgon?
I suggest this strategy. We invite him to travel to Earth and take him to a Nebraska lottery retailer to purchase Pick 5 tickets and wiper fluid. He will surely want to stay.
Interesting. But we will have to give him our sleeping chamber and move into the plutonium storage room.
A small price to pay for Nebraska Pick 5.
Agreed.
Nebraska Pick 5 top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
How does Taco John's define a valedictorian? A valedictorian is smart enough to know tuition at a top-tier value menu should cost no more than $1, $2, or $3. They've graduated to guac, bacon, and steak. So for all valedictorians, we introduce the new Valueist menu from Taco John's. Enroll today for just $1, $2, or $3 to start working on your value thesis. The new Valueist menu. Commence eating. Download our app for exclusive deals at Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
A lot goes into keeping a precision operation moving. The inputs you choose have to deliver results. New Delaro Complete Fungicide from Bayer offers unmatched consistency and the most complete disease control available. Your corn and soybeans are protected and yields higher, even in unpredictable conditions. With Delaro Complete, you get results you can count on to help keep your precision operation running smoothly. Always read and follow label instructions. To learn more, visit delarocomplete.us today.
9:23, as promised, we have contacted the Pizza Hut. And no, we're not calling in for a pizza, not that we wouldn't like to. I know Brent would.
Yes, I would.
But we're calling in to find out more information and get to know the new manager a little bit better. Chantel is on the phone. Good morning. How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you today?
Not too darn bad. I asked you off the air if we've met, and we have, so now I can picture you giving the report. That really helps. You're a very nice young lady. Are you excited to be at the Pizza Hut?
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be here, get to know the team, and get to know the town a little bit better.
Okay, that sounds great. Now, we're interested in what you have going on as far as making our tummies happy. Can you help?
Absolutely. So we have a national special going on right now. It's an $11.99 stuffed crust 3-topping pizza, and that will be with us until May 15th. We also have a 2-pizza option, which is $21.99, and that includes a large 1-topping pizza and a large specialty pizza. Today is Wing Wednesday. Our wings are 70 cents for our bone-out wings and 90 cents for our bone-in. And then tomorrow, if you like taco pizzas, it's only $10 tomorrow. However, it will be an upcharge for a pan or stuffed crust pizza. And then if you like pasta, we have Toscani Tuesday, and that comes with you can either get the meat lover or the meaty marinara or the chicken Alfredo, and then you can get breadsticks with that as a great addition. The meaty marinara or chicken Alfredo for a single pan is only $7, and the family orders, which is 2 pans, are $11. And then either order comes with 5 breadsticks, and you can add the cheese to it for only an additional $1.
That pasta really sounds good right now. I know that we've had a little bit of warmer weather, and pasta's good even in warm weather. But when it's a little cooler, like today or the rest of this week, actually, that will really hit the spot. Do you still have spaghetti there?
Yes. On our individual pans, we also have the spaghetti, and you can add meatballs to that.
Yeah. Now, do you like the meatballs or the sauce, Chantel?
You know, I tried the meatballs the first time the other day, and they were pretty darn good.
Brent, which would you prefer?
I'm more of just a sauce guy, but meatballs are they're good.
Well, the sauce, Chantel, has little pieces of meat in it, right?
Yes.
That's what really hits the spot too. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, most people, they tend to like a little salad with their spaghetti and meatballs. And although we don't have our salad bar anymore, we do have entree and side salads, and you can add chicken to either one of those.
That sounds great.
Good.
Yeah. Oh boy. What else you have for us?
Mother's Day is right around the corner, so a great way to say I love you would be a heart-shaped pizza, and you can get a single-topping heart-shaped pizza for $11.99. And then you can add a cookie with that heart-shaped pizza for only $16.99. However, you do need to remember that the integrity of this pizza is going to be a little bit different because of the shape we have to cut it in.
Okay. That's cool, though. And for really under $20, that's a great gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also, if you guys are looking for a job, we are adding people to our team, so we're accepting all applications for all positions.
Okay, that's a common theme these days, but I know that you're looking for reliable people that want to work. I assume you'll be as flexible as you can, but in the food business, you got to have people there, right?
Absolutely. We want to keep serving those pizzas hot and fresh. And if you are looking for applications, you can stop in. They're right inside of our door, or you can go to www.jobs.pizzahut.com. And this is a great team. Everybody's been so easy to work with, and it's been great meeting everyone.
All right. Well, I know they'll look forward to meeting you, Chantel. Having met you before, you're a perfect fit for the Pizza Hut, and we look forward to working with you.
Absolutely. And I just have one last comment. With Mother's Day and graduation being right around the corner, we are looking forward to everyone's calls to see if we can help meet your pizza needs.
Okay, great. Thanks, Chantel. Have a super good day.
Thank you. You have a great day as well.
All right. All right, go in and meet Chantel. She's a very nice young lady. We had some contact with her at another last summer, I guess, and really enjoyed working with her. Bright young lady, I think you can tell that.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anything else that you wanted to bring up, Brent? Do we have any more important information pieces that we need to provide before we give away that prize?
Yeah, I know. You know these folks. Cattlary Farms.
Oh, yeah. Nice people.
Yeah, out there around Loop City. They're going to have their spring open house coming up, and it's actually this weekend. Friday, April 30th, hours will be 10 to 6. Saturday, May 1st, 10 to 6. And then they'll be open Sunday, May 2nd from noon until 5. And then open for 1 week only, Monday, May 3rd through Sunday, May 9th. Now, during that week, the hours will be really pretty much the same as what we just mentioned, Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. And then the final day on May 9th, Sunday, will be noon to 5. Check out the barn, available to rent for parties and events.
It's nice.
And if you would like to find out more about Cattlary Farms and their spring open house, you can contact Kathy at 402-440-3679. 402-440-3679. It's right off the highway there around Loop City.
Yep, on the other side of Loop City,
Yeah.
A few miles out, and there's a sign. They're at the top of the hill, just after after that turn where you could go to Grand Island, whatever highway that is.
Yeah, it's there right before you turn to go to Rockville, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
they're past that actually.
Oh, are they past
up on
it?
the hill?
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's easy to find, and there's kind of trees around it. But when you get in there, they have in the summer they have butterfly gardens, and it's just a cool place. Most importantly, you won't find any nicer people than the folks who run the operation there, and they've been growing and growing and growing. They're doing a lot of wedding receptions and things and different craft activities there. So Christmas got them going, and now they're busy pretty much all year long. So it's pretty neat. They're nice people. All right, we said Sumner, Eddyville, Miller, Oconto, and Callaway.
Yes, I believe you did.
If you're from that area, doesn't have to be inside the community, for heaven's sakes. If you're from that area, call us at 872-2801. That's all you got to do. Talk to us just a little bit. We'll be nice. And you'll get yourself a free park permit. The phone is ringing now. We'll just pick it up. I wonder who it could be.
Let's find out.
Good morning. You're on the air. Who are we talking to?
Sherry Kennedy.
Sherry Kennedy. And where are you calling from, Sherry?
From Callaway.
From the Callaway area. Oh, boy, I got to ask you. Do you know Gene Snaringer?
I do.
Oh, boy. Has he been giving you any trouble? Because he's kind of a troublemaker.
Oh, no, I haven't ran into him lately.
Okay. So what are you up to today? You're working? Get to stay home today? What's the plan?
I'm just staying home today.
Good for you, Sherry. All right. We'll put your name on this park pass. When you're driving by, stop and see us and pick it up and enjoy it this summer, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, she was protecting Gene Snaringer, so, she seemed like a nice young lady.
Yeah.
Okay. That takes care of all of our business, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
So, we're going to close with a song. And thank all of you for listening today. And we'll be giving some other areas chances to win that park pass next couple of days. I think we ended up with 6 of them, so we'll probably double up. Maybe tomorrow, because I think Friday might be a little busy.
Yeah, I think the show's pretty busy on Friday.
Okay.
Good point.
And tomorrow's not going to be any slow show. We don't have slow shows on the Get Up and Go.
No way. Not here.
So we're going to close with a little Eric Clapton. The name of the song is If I Had Possession Over Judgment Day. That's how we'll close. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Thanks, Brent.
You bet. Thank you.